Bond. James Bond.
Good morning. My name's Bond. James Bond.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
Who are you?
Bond, James Bond.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Bond. James Bond.
Ugh. So lame. No. It's so dumb. Like, this is absolutely asinine, dude. Like, how, if you're gonna be a spy, you should do things that aren't gonna get you questioned. Are you gonna be reaching in there? Like, what are you doing? It's just stupid. This is probably, of this entire list, this is just absolutely stupid. There's no way. Howdy, and welcome to episode 12 of Sammy Legend's James Bond Show. I am Sammy Legend. Today is basically a part 3 of a trilogy that I didn't have planned, all involving gadgets throughout the James Bond movies. Episode 10 was about the top 10 Q gadgets that actually saved James Bond's life. Episode 11 was about the top 10 villain gadgets that are actually super deadly. And this video is going to be about the most pointless or unused gadgets throughout the entire series. This all spurred in my head from an idea from episode 10 about the top 10 Q gadgets that actually saved James Bond's life, which I don't believe many people have talked specifically about that one topic. And then it's spurred into more and more videos, and now, just like any good movies, you got to have a trilogy, and that's what I've done here. So today, I will be going over, like I said, the what I feel is the most pointless or unused gadgets throughout the series. This is not a top 10 video. I have 12 of them that I just found that I decided were the least important, the most pointless, unused gadgets throughout the entire series. I'm just going to go in order from the oldest movie to the newest. And that's how we'll do it today. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Number 1, the duck disguise from Goldfinger. You got to be kidding me. Like, there's no way that would fool anybody. That is an absolute pointless gadget. That's not going to fool anybody. Especially when he comes out of the water, you can clearly tell that it's fake. There's anyone who even has a tiny bit of a glimpse towards him in that direction in the water, they're going to see that something's fishy there. No pun intended with water and yeah.
Boo! You suck, you jackass.
I feel that the duck disguise is quite pointless. Number 2, the radioactive lint from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Q introduces it to M.
I've been saying for years, sir, our special equipment is obsolete, and now computer analysis reveals an entirely new approach. Miniaturization. For instance, radioactive lint. Well, placed in an opponent's pockets, the anti-personnel and location fix seems fairly obvious.
As, kind of, it's both pointless and unused. It's pointless because, when are you going to get a chance to really, take the lint and, slip it into an opponent's pocket? Are you going to be reaching in there? What are you doing? And then it's unused because it's never seen again. It's something that is, in some of these videos, by the way, there's going to be some that are introduced by Q that just aren't used. That's part of the unused portion of this. But the radioactive lint, it's pointless and it's not used. So there's that one. Number 3, the hairbrush transmitter from Live and Let Die. He goes to use it to transmit through the blinds in his little hotel room, and then he stops. Why would you even introduce that? Like he's about to, do Morse code out to whoever, and doesn't even use it. Like he clicks the button for like 2 seconds and stops. Why even have that little 5-second clip in the movie? It's just introducing a Q gadget that is pointless. It doesn't have anything to do with anything that happens in the future of the movie. That's just ridiculous. Number 4, the compressed air pistol, also from Live and Let Die. The gas pellet is used, obviously, to kill Kananga at the end. That is not pointless or unused, but that is not the gadget I'm talking about here. I'm talking specifically about the gun. The only time it is used in the movie is when Kananga shoots the couch that Whisper is sitting on, and it's for a gag. It's for a funny gag in the movie. It's in that regard, it's both pointless and unused, at least for Bond, in accomplishing his mission. Number 5, the crocodile submarine from Octopussy, same as the duck disguise from Goldfinger. Like, this is absolutely asinine, dude. Like, how is anybody gonna think that is a disguise and you're not going to be found out?
There's a useful 4-letter word, and you're full of it.
Especially when it opens up. Like, obviously it opens up so, the camera can see that Roger Moore is in there.
Sounds like a load of bull.
But if that was real, you're not fooling anybody. That's going to give you away right away, and you're going to get dead. I put that right there with the duck disguise from Goldfinger. Both of those are just absolutely asinine disguises. For Octopussy in particular, I would probably put that up there with, like, worse than the clown suit, the gorilla suit, all the disguises that he wears throughout the movie. That crocodile submarine is just stupid. Number 6, the sunglasses from A View to a Kill. They're kind of pointless because Bond uses them only to spy through the glass and see that Stacey Sutton is getting a check from Zorin. In that regard, they are useful, but there is no way that those aren't going to be questioned by somebody with those giant tabs down here that he rolls down so that way he can see through the glass. That it's just, I understand the movie was made in the 80s, but that's not fooling anybody. Again, that's so obvious. What is that dangling down from your sunglasses? If you're gonna be a spy, you should do things that aren't gonna get you questioned. Why you have these giant tabs hanging down from your sunglasses? What is going on with that? Anyway, that's that one. Number 7, the Snooper dog, also from A View to a Kill. Absolutely pointless. Kind of unused, but not at the same time. It's just stupid. This is probably, of this entire list, this is just absolutely stupid. More than the duck disguise, the crocodile disguise. I understand this was made in the 80s, but even back then, there's no way that anybody in their right mind would think that is an actual dog.
Drop this bit.
Okay.
That is not to say.
Hello?
Grandfather calling Q. What's the position?
007 alive.
Where is he? What's he doing?
Just cleaning up a few details.
From 5 feet away, from 10 feet away, from 50 or 100 feet away. No one is going to believe that is a real dog. That's just one of... If this was a top 10 stupidest James Bond gadgets, number one, top. It's It's stupid. It's just like the robot in Rocky, in Rocky what 2 or 3 when he's got that robot. Ugh, so lame. No, it's so dumb. I digress. That's all for that one. I don't need to keep going on that one. That one's just stupid. Number 8, the laser Polaroid camera from License to Kill. Pam pulls it out of the suitcase that Q brings in, and Q's like, "Don't use the flash!"
Smile, boys.
Don't use the flash!
And it shoots a giant freaking laser right between Q and James.
Oh, I have one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
And breaks the glass on the picture. Like, there's nothing subtle about that at all in terms of being a spy. Like, that's just straight up like a murder weapon, and you would have to do it with no one around, because if you go to take a picture of somebody and a laser comes out and murders somebody, someone's going to see that. It's just dumb. There's no way that would be subtle for a spy to use. No way. Number 9, the explosive alarm clock, also from License to Kill. Q says, explosive alarm clock, guaranteed never to wake up anyone who uses it.
Explosive alarm clock, guaranteed never to wake up anybody who uses it.
Introduced by Q, like I had said earlier in the video. Introduced by Q, not used in the movie whatsoever. I'm not a fan of when they introduce gadgets and don't use them. I understand that they have to make the Q scenes interesting, but when you're introducing all this cool stuff and then there's no payoff for it later in the movie, what's the point of even introducing it? It's just fluff to make the movie a little bit better, or at least that scene a little bit better. But the explosive alarm clock is just dumb. Number 10. This one hits really close to home. As a car guy, I don't like this one. The BMW Z3 from GoldenEye. They set this up so well to be one of the coolest gadget-laden James Bond cars in the entire series, and they don't use it. They don't use one single thing in this car. Not one.
Agile 5 forward gears, all points radar. Self-destruct system, and naturally, all the usual refinements. Now, this I'm particularly proud of. Behind the headlights, Stinger missiles.
Like the explosive alarm clock from License to Kill, that's just an alarm clock, kind of big deal, who gives a shit. But this is a car. James Bond is known for his cars, and they don't even use it. They make up for that in the next movie with Tomorrow Never Dies when they use that BMW, and that scene is one of my favorite scenes in the entire franchise. Very, very cool. But then the following movie after Tomorrow Never Dies is number 11, the BMW Z8 from The World Is Not Enough. Again, just like GoldenEye, where they set up the car so well.
Now, I dare say, 007, that you've met your match with this machine.
Yeah?
As I was saying, the very latest in intercepts and countermeasures. Titanium armor, a multitasking heads-up display, and 6 beverage cup holders. All in all, rather stocked.
Fully loaded, I think is the term.
They don't hardly even use the BMW in this movie. They literally use one thing, and that's to shoot a rocket out the side of the car to get rid of the helicopter. There's so many other things that I guarantee are in that car that we never ever get to see. There's one single gadget in the car that we see. They set up all this stuff with the car, and it's just pointless. The BMW Z3 from GoldenEye is made up for by Tomorrow Never Dies with the BMW 750 in that awesome car scene. And then they went backwards again with this one with the Z8 for The World Is Not Enough. But then they make up for that, similar to Tomorrow Never Dies, making up for Goldeneye. Die Another Day makes up for The World Is Not Enough with that car scene with the Aston Martin Vanquish. That he uses all the gadgets in that thing. Like, that's just, that chase scene is awesome. That's probably my favorite part of the entire movie of Die Another Day. As a car guy, I love that scene in Die Another Day. And it's nice to see him back with an Aston Martin, to be honest. BMWs, so that's kind of a letdown, those two cars, those two BMWs. The last one I have for you today, number 12, the virtual reality glasses from Die Another Day. This is literally just a joke. I'll start at the end first. Moneypenny uses them to essentially get off on being with James Bond virtually. Q catches her, and she tries to act like nothing happened.
Oh, James.
Moneypenny?
Just testing it out.
Rather hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Very.
That right there just makes that gadget used for a joke in the movie. So that is pointless. Further back in the movie, when James Bond first meets Q in the movie, there's that attack scene on MI6, and you think Robinson's dead, all these people are dying, Moneypenny is dead, and it turns out that it's just a training exercise, a virtual training exercise.
I'm mentioning it, 007, but a perfect marksman isn't really supposed to shoot his own boss.
And in my head, this is the 20th movie. We have had 19 other movies before this. We know, as an audience, how skilled James Bond is. And you would think that in the James Bond universe, MI6 would also realize how skilled he is. And that he doesn't necessarily have to go through this exercise to prove how fit he is, similar to the scene in Skyfall where he's got to basically come back and do all this whole regiment on getting back into shape and shooting, and he's off. He even walks closer and he still misses. At this point in Die Another Day, Bond isn't like that. He's quite good still, and the fact that MI6 is asking him to do this, especially virtually, I think is pretty stupid. If they were to want to see his skills, you would think that they would want him to actually go out and do it and shoot at a range. This virtual reality stuff makes no sense to me. That's it. I don't know. Some of these are pretty stupid, pretty asinine, and some of them are quite maddening that they set up and don't use. But that's it. That's my trilogy of gadget videos. I hope you enjoyed them. Episode 10, 11, and 12. Hopefully they make a good trifecta if you watch them back to back to back. And have some good thoughts on these gadgets, and be like, I never thought about that. Or, oh, that's kind of cool. So hopefully this trilogy of gadget videos was enjoyable to watch. This was episode 12 of Sammy Legend's James Bond Show. I am Sammy Legend. I thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Shaken, not stirred.